Hello, I'm Doug Kennedy with Kennedy Training Network with a short message about our new sales training program called Hotel Sales Habitudes for a New Sales Habitat. Let's talk about disruption. The hotel sales space and the profession itself has been disrupted long before the COVID-19 pandemic. Changes have been happening at such rapid pace. Let's talk about those third-party meeting planning and buyer platforms, the most famous of which is Cvent, and of course the Knot, Wedding Wire, and so many others. Years ago, the originator of the business would get on the phone, or more recently on their email, and they would reach out directly. This limited the number of reach outs with their RFP to maybe three, four, five different hotels. Now, suddenly, at the click of a few buttons, that same planner or travel buyer on the BT side can go out and send that RFP to literally dozen or more hoteliers. As a result, our inboxes have been flooded. Now, usually inbound leads are a good thing, but when so many people get them, our actual conversion potential is much lower, and therefore we spend time spinning our wheels. However, before the pandemic, we could live off of inbound because the economy was good. Another major disruption was the de-officing of the corporate world, corporate America. And I'm not just again talking about the pandemic, but long before that, people started working remote or having hybrid situations. Some of us remember years ago sales blitzes where we could go and knock on doors of the local companies. There would be a receptionist there. We could give them a mug or some type of logoed item or maybe some candy. And we could make that connection by dropping off a business card. Today, well, first of all, for over 10 years, the doors have been locked for security purposes. Now, if there is a receptionist there, he's probably not going to be too receptive to opening that lock when they see a salesperson looking like another solicitor of who knows what, office supplies, coffee machines. If you do break through, it's very tough because a lot of times the buyer is not there because the buyer of the planner or the buyer of the business travel has been outsourced to third-party companies, the most famous of which, of course, is Helms Briscoe. Now, along the way, here comes COVID-19 almost 2 years ago now, and it's been really good for the leisure business because a lot of people maybe don't want to go on a cruise or travel overseas. So if you work at a resort, your transient leisure demand has been strong, but groups, meeting and events, and business travel has been declining and is projected not to come back anytime real soon. So it is time for our industry to embrace the concept of being sales hunters and giving up living off of inbound and being sales fishing. Sales fishing is where the salespeople hold the pole. At the end of the line is a hook. On the hook is the website or digital presence. The prospect swims by, bites the hook. We reel them in. Well, there's a lot fewer prospects swimming by. A flood of inbound leads is the least of our problems right now. Instead, we have to strap on the orange vest, grab the goggles, and go out and hunt down new business. These are skills which long-term salespeople are out of practice, and newer salespeople, maybe that have been in our industry 10 years or more, they have not had to rely on those. So that's what we cover in the Hotel Sales Habitudes for this new sales habitat. A few highlights. First of all, we bring people through the history of hotel sales as a profession and how it's evolved, but also forecasting the future of where is this going. Disruption has not ended. It's going to continue. We have the latest disruption, which is the automation of a lot of the jobs that hotel salespeople do through platforms. Groups 360 is the most famous, but it is certainly not the only one that wants to make it to where that buyer can actually go online and book the meeting space, the rooms, the AV, the entire program themselves, taking the humans completely out of this. So to survive in the future, we need new habits and also new attitudes. Some of the habits are the timeless and essential ones. However, at KTN, we take a new and fresh approach to these timeless sales skills and moving beyond fab selling and sales funnels to focus on the humanistic side of hotel sales, putting people back into process. We also cover embracing one's CRM. You know, the CRM technology has exploded. They are so feature rich now that so many alerts going off at that salesperson when they log in that we lose sight of the most important function of a CRM, which is for tenacious and personalized follow-up on leads. So we revisit that. We cover Hotel prospecting, the ultimate habitude. For those who will embrace the concept of sales hunters, you will have a long and prosperous career. That career, those skills are very much needed right now in the coming months or years here in the post-pandemic world, once we get to a post-pandemic world. So these are skills that will make us successful, not only now, but moving into the future. And finally, we cover how to use tech in a way that touches sales process. To put people back into process, we need to embrace technology in a way to make those connections. So, Calendly, a scheduling app that at one click, your prospect can click on there and grab an appointment in real time. And to avoid that back and forth and limiting it to digital message exchanges through email or in-app messaging. How to use Zoom or Teams or whatever your preferred platform is. You know, it's easy to flip on a webcam and do a screen share, but if you really want to stand out and use these tools properly, we're going to show best habits for doing so. Finally, Vidyard, or if you're using one of the others, but Vidyard is the one we recommend as a platform to send personalized video email messages, not the long professionally done one with the slick editing and the music in the background, but standing in your lobby or in the event space, or perhaps even just at your desk, sending a personalized message directly to the prospect that you're either following up on an inbound lead, servicing an existing group, checking on lost business, looking through the dead files of people that haven't used you in a while, or proactive prospecting. And so, if you'd like more details, I would love to collaborate. Here's my email. I respond within 24 hours to all emails. Let's set up a time, let's collaborate, and help make 2022 your best year yet.